Hi guys, Les here again with imperfectgeek.com. Today we have the Microsoft Sculpt Ergonomic Desktop combination. We'll just be doing a wee unboxing here, so let's get started. Just before we get into it, here's the rear of the packaging. Gives you a bit of an outline of what's inside and some little promos as to the ergonomic ergonomist backing that the product has. Professional ergonomist, apparently that's a thing. So I'll just go ahead and open this guy up. Okay, we've got sort of a weird membrane-y protective packaging thing here. We'll just put that aside. And now here we have the inside. Quite an attractive layout inside. We've got the keyboard itself, the sort of it's quite nice actually, nice soft wee wrist rest there. I've seen some other reviews on the net and it's actually quite pleasant. Probably something akin to what you'd get separately as a wrist rest back in the day. We've got the sort of shininess plastic surround here of the actual keyboard with a little sort of Apple inspired plastic covering that you peel off. We've got a separate numeric keypad here and this very unusual looking mouse. So we'll see if we can get these guys out. Not exactly the most Apple-like retrieval of the products, but it'll do. Aha. And out. Okay, anything else in the box? Yes! This is like Christmas. We have here a little resting extension that you can place underneath the keyboard itself that is secured via magnets, I believe, and that just gives you an additional bit of tilt to make sure your hands are in the right position. We'll demo that in a minute. And the usual sort of handbooky type thing. This gives you information as to how to get the battery cover open on the various devices, where the little wireless receiver dongle is located. Apparently it's in the bottom of the mouse there. You should note that this is not a Bluetooth device, which sucks. Right, moving on. Some random little bits of paper that I would dearly love to throw away, but probably will not, considering that I may wish to return the product should any aspect of it be faulty. And some sort of warranty document. More stuff in there. Well, I think we get the idea with the little bits of paper. Right, putting the box aside, we'll look at the keyboard and the other peripherals. So this is the keyboard itself. This is the rear of the board with the little battery compartment in the back there. Little retrieval mechanism here to help get the batteries out if you want to, and that's actually, interestingly enough, secured with a magnet. Very cool. Right, let's turn this guy around for the benefit of the viewers, and we'll get this little plastic stuff off. So interestingly enough, it's only around the outside of the keyboard, not in the middle of the keys. I guess they weren't expecting anyone to handle the middle of the keyboard during the packaging process. Alright, so let's have a wee go on this. The keyboard has quite a nice mechanism to it. I have to say it's a lot better than I was anticipating. I am standing up, so it's not necessarily feeling as good as it would if I was seriously working at it, but quite impressed overall. Time will tell. One thing to note is that the function keys at the top of the keyboard don't use exactly the same kind of mechanism. I've seen a lot of complaints around the internet about the mechanism, but I mean, gosh, you'd have to be pretty pedantic to complain about that. There's also a dedicated little function key lock here, which transfers the behavior of the function keys between their stupid media function, which is something that came in probably late 90s on keyboards. It basically substitutes the actual F function for some random volume or zoom, or basically buttons that if you hit them accidentally will pop something up you most likely don't want to pop up. So I try and avoid that sort of function where I can. So what the function key lock enables you to do is permanently, with a hardware switch, toggle which mode of the function button you want. So you can toggle between F5 and the stupid search thing. So yeah, a lot of people have complained about the fact that this is a hardware switch, not a key, like a function key you get on a laptop or some other keyboards that you can hold down and thus toggle between the two abilities as you wish. Well, I love this approach that Microsoft have taken. Good on them. Alrighty. Wrist rest feels alright. The overall product is very solid and robust. There's no flex at all. You get a real sense this is a high quality product, and it damn well should be considering the price I pay for it. We'll have a look at this sort of magnety stand thing, see how that goes. Not reading the instructions, obviously. Why would I do that? It just sort of clips on there with the magnets help it go on really easily. Feels quite secure actually once it's on. And that basically just tilts the keyboard up. The palm area is raised, and as a result your wrists sort of encourages a bit more of a natural typing angle. So I'm really looking forward to trying out the keyboard in both of those modes. So moving on, we have the little numeric keypad here, again with the little plastic covering on it. Get that off. This is a very messy process, keypad, much more so than the keyboard itself. How long I'm going to have all these bits of plastic stuck to my fingers. Alright, so there we are. There's the rear. Some sort of weirdness going on here with the battery compartment. Hopefully I shouldn't have. I wonder if I was supposed to take that out. Oh well. So what you do with this is you get like a wee coin or something, you give that battery compartment lock a wee twist and it reveals the actual battery bay. Apparently this holds quite an annoying non-standard coin style battery. So yeah. The actual mechanism of the keys is acceptable. I think I prefer the slightly lower key travel of the actual keyboard. I'm not a big keypad user. I was in the past, and I fervently purchased keyboards that had an integrated numeric keypad. Nowadays, I'm not running my own business, so I tend to find that I'm not typing in financial numbers. I'm more of a programmer, so I don't really tend to use them. But there it is, and it's a nice option to have. Very light, too. And I've read that some people on the internet like to sort of hold it in a sort of calculator style. I suppose that could work. Might impress your accountant friends. What else do we have? We have the mouse. Very unusual looking mouse. I'm just trying to get a bit more light on the video there. It's me standing off to the side, so sorry about the shadows. I'll try and make sure the video is set up a bit better next time. So the mouse is a very interesting looking device. It's very round. It looks like a big beetle. Excuse me, my screensaver just went on. So I'll give you a bit of a closer look there. Hopefully you'll be able to see that in reasonable detail. So on the back here we have the well, what appears to be a weak power switch, and I might have to demo the actual dongle / battery retrieval mechanism after I've read the instructions, which is always a plus. Hang on, I've got it. Okay, this bit at the top here is a wee wedge. Let's give that a pull, and there we are. So we've got the two batteries there, AA's. I believe the keyboard here is a couple of AA's. So someone obviously was quite pro on the battery diversity when creating this set of products. We've got 3 different kinds of batteries. Now the little USB wireless, not Bluetooth, dongle resides down in here. People around the internet have said that it actually extends out from the USB port quite a way and has the propensity to crack. When it does crack, it stops working. And Microsoft do not sell individual replacements of these, so worth keeping in mind. Certainly it's a far cry from the slimline nano receivers that users of Logitech keyboards and mice may be used to, but, well, I mean, one pro is at least you just need the one adapter for all 3 peripherals. That's kind of interesting. So we'll give the mouse a bit of a go here and see what it's like to actually use. This back on again. Okay, whew! Finally. Alright, if you guys are wondering, the side with the little bits of CE information, that goes on the inside. What happens when you think you're too clever for it, and the little padded bits go on the outside. So let's give this mouse a wee go. Ooh. Oh, I have to say I really like that. You might notice that the actual thumb divot is quite high up on the mouse, making it quite a tall, sort of contributing to the beetle-like aesthetic. So that's to promote the fact that you should have your hand off the desk and not rest your palm on the desk like I tend to do, like that claw-like gesture. So aside from the bit of dirt on my desk that I just ran over, the actual motion is very smooth. Time will tell to see how well these little wee pads hold up to wear. In my experience, they don't hold up very well at all. But we'll see. We'll give Microsoft the benefit of the doubt. The scroll wheel's kind of nice. It's not one of those nice Logitech freewheeling ones, but it has a nice sort of rubbery sort of click. Well, not click, bit of a sort of do on each increment. I like it. And you've got the clearly the Windows 8 marketing team has been at the product designers. We've got a great big honking blue button thing here. I highly doubt I will ever use that. And there's a little wee smaller button in there. The mouse wheel, of course, is clickable. The buttons themselves have a very modern style of being. There's no dedicated bits of plastic for the buttons. The overall plastic just sort of splits into 2 and flexes at the right places. But the actual button feel of it's quite nice, and it's interesting to note that the front of the mouse can actually be pressed, and that is in fact where you do end up having your fingers at the front more so than the top of the mouse. Quite interesting. Okay, so there we have a very protracted review of the I was about to say Logitech Microsoft Sculpt Ergonomic Desktop, the keyboard, mouse and numeric keypad combination. I'll be back with a wee follow-up once I've had a chance to sort of use the keyboard more in depth and see whether it is indeed as ergonomic as they say. But thank you for watching, and speak to you again soon.